The last shape we're going to look at is the volume of a pyramid. And again, you were given the formula on the formula sheet. Now, a pyramid is a solid which has triangular faces that meet at the apex, or the point, and a base. The base can be any polygon. So what that means is the base could be any shape. Could be a triangle, a square, a rectangle, or something else. To find the volume of the pyramid, we use the formula. Volume equals 1/3 A, which is the area of the base, h, which we know is the height. This formula is very similar to the area of a cone because the area of the circle, which is the base, is pi r squared. So this formula is on your formula sheet. We're going to look at a few examples. First one is when we're given the area. So this one, you can see it has a star-shaped base, which has an area of 90 centimetres squared. So the area is 90 centimetres squared. And you know that the height is 75 centimetres. So I have all the information to pop into my formula. So V equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. So I have 1/3 times 90, which is the area, times 75, which is the height. And I can do this question without a calculator. I know 1/3 of 90, well, 90 divided by 3 is 30. And then 30 times 75. Well, I could do 3 times 75. And if I need to, I can write down that sum. And if that's 3 times 75, then 30 times 75 is 10 times bigger. So 2,250. And again, my units are centimetres cubed. So that's an example when you're given the area, which is very straightforward. Now we're going to look at when you have to work out the area. So, first question here, we can see that we have a rectangular shaped base. So the first thing we have to do is we have to work out the area of this rectangle. Area of a rectangle is length times breadth, which is going to be 4 times by 6. That's going to give me 24 centimetres squared. I know that the height goes from the base to the top. Remember, it has to go straight up, which is why it has this 90-degree angle here, is 10. So I have volume equals 1/3 times the area times the height. So I have 1/3 times 24 times 10. And again, I don't need a calculator for this. I know 1/3 of 24. Well, 24 divided by 3 is 8. And then 8 times 10 is 80. So my volume is 80 centimetres cubed. Now try this question here. You can pause the video. Now, some people find it useful to draw a quick sketch of what the base of this triangle looks like, of this pyramid looks like. So I have a rectangle with one side 8 centimetres and one side 6 centimetres. So the area is 8 times 6, which is 48. Some people find that useful. Now again, my height has to go from the bottom straight up to the top. So the height is 10 centimetres again. So I have my formula. V equals 1/3 times the area times the height. So 1/3 times 48 times 10. 1/3 of 48 is 16. And then I can times that by 10 to get 160 centimetres cubed. Now let's look at a different base. So this time I can see that my base is a triangle. So I'm going to draw a quick sketch. So I know that it's 5 centimetres and then 6 centimetres. Your picture does not have to be accurate, it just has to give you an idea so you can work out the area easily. So the area of a triangle is half the base times the height. Think about the rectangle. The rectangle would be 5 times 6, but my triangle is half of that rectangle. So I have half of 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. And half of 30 is 15. My height has to go from the base straight up to the apex, or the point, which is 15 centimetres. So volume, 1/3, area of the base times the height. I've got 1/3 times the base, which is 15, times the height, which is 15. 1/3 of 15 is 5. 5 times 15, again, if I need to, I can pop that calculation down and I can sit and work it out. Or I could say 10 times 5 is 50, 5 times 5 is 25, add them together, 75 centimetres cubed. Now try this one. So for this one, again, we have a triangle base. So I have 2.5 centimetres and I have 3 centimetres. Area is half of that rectangle. So I've got half times 2.5 times 3. And this time we can use a calculator if we want. So I'm going to do half times 2.5 times 3, which tells me that the area is 3.75. My height has to go from the bottom to the top and go straight up, so it's 7.5 centimetres. Volume is 1/3 area of the base times the height. So I have 1/3 times 3.75 times 7.5. Now I could do this as division. All I have to do is write down my division sum. 3 divided by 3 is 1, keep my decimal point. 7 divided by 3 is 2, with 1 left over. And 15 divided by 3 is 5. So I have 1.25 times 7.5. If you're not comfortable doing these sums, you can just do them with a calculator. .375 centimetres cubed. You could round this answer. The question hasn't specified, but if you wanted, you could round it to 1 decimal place, which is 9.4 centimetres cubed, or 2 decimal places, which is 9.38 centimetres cubed. I'm just going to leave my answers the 3 decimal places the calculator gave me.